everybody. It's really windy. It's lunchtime. I am nearly done with part 2. It has taken me so long, but I have about 5 more pages and I'm finished. But just to show you, that's how much part 2 is. So this part 2, because I rewrote the first one on Monday, I had to rewrite everything that I had done, and I'm going to have to rewrite part 3. This one is called, the first part 1 is called The Disappearance of Peggy Morrison. Part 2 is called The Kidnapping of Peggy Morrison. So, you know, up to this point in the case, if you've been watching, she was just missing, and listed a runaway at the end of it because there wasn't any proof that she was harmed or foul play. They did find her journal, and they found a bunch of shit in that journal, but it really didn't have traction at the point. So part 2 takes place in 1985. One of the person who's missing's friend is now the town police chief. So she had access to things that she didn't have when she was in high school when her friend Peggy went missing. So, you know, in the span of becoming chief, chief was rather quickly because she had a good military background and the town was small anyway. So she gets in, she finally gets to see the journal, and for about 6 years before part 2 takes place, she had been investigating. So I'm breaking down what she found out leading up to the 15-year high school reunion, where she had planned to get everybody in one place. And at this point, they had a lot of informants. Charges were already pressed, and people had gotten deals to work with the police to try to frame other people at this reunion. So without giving you any more answers to the things in the journals, the real truth comes out, and it's even more shocking than the journal and everything that was in it. And it's broken down. Mackenzie is the girl. Her sole point was to prove as much as she could was true in the journal, because if they could keep proving that Peggy was telling the truth, then they would be able to convict somebody, and the jury could see that she was telling the truth all the way through. And of course, some of them are giant whoppers, and some of them are eye-openers to be proven true. So a lot of this is like sorting through that journal and the allegations, and then finding other things on top of it once she got digging. And like I said, it's 6 years. So I'm not really touching base on the reunion, but a lot of the conversations she has with the people are at the 15-year reunion, and she gets the, closing pieces she needs. At this point, we still don't really know what happened to Peggy, other than she's kidnapped, why she got kidnapped, how, all that shit is coming out in part 2. So if you've been listening, it's about to get juicy. And if you haven't been listening, part 1 is up right now. It's about an hour long. This one might be a tad bit longer just because there's a lot of details with it. It will be up by 11 p.m. tonight. Remember, part 1 is the disappearance of Peggy Morrison. Part 2 is the kidnapping of Peggy Morrison. And part 3 will be called something else, and that will come out Friday by 11 p.m. So stay tuned. We're halfway there to figuring out who the fuck Peggy was and what happened to her. And I hope you're enjoying it so far. Anyway, love you guys. See you soon. Have a great day. Toodles!